four people.
Gone for 7 months, down but never out. Welcome back, all of the multitudes of like 5 people who are fans of the PWF, the Plebs Wrestling Federation. If you are new to our particular channel, I am your intrepid host, Ginger Giant 645, and here we see the most tantalizing, amazing simulations of wrestling that you have ever beheld in this universe or any other. We have a hell of a card lined up for tonight. No tag matches. It will all be 1v1 matches. And we will see who gets to have a shot at the Rumble King of 7 months ago, all the way back in January, when Triforce Sniper took the crown for the first time ever in PWF history. Will anyone be able to dethrone him? We have a hell of a card lined up to see. And what better way to start our night off than with a historic rivalry, the most historic rivalry in this particular league. That is right, we are in for Bird versus Jimmy 12. We will see the scoreboard that these two have racked up, and as usual, this will not be a civil match. This will not be a match between people of civilized persuasion. No rules. The only rule is pin, get the KO, or both perish in the barbed wire ring. So without further ado, thank you PokeLocker and Triforce Sniper for hopping in chat. PokeLocker already rooting for Jimmy. Well, we will see how this goes tonight. So, without any further ado, we will get this barbed wire death match underway. A few rules, I will say, on our way to the match. Also, because of the success of the Plebs Football League, new layout, you can see the Hall of Kings there on the right. Currently, in their 11 meetings prior, the count is 7-3-1 in favor of Space Marine. But Jimmy's going to be looking to even that up a good amount. Keep an eye, by the way, on that lower right-hand corner, because that is the countdown to doom, because the closer that they tick to that, at 15 minutes, the entire ring will explode, and neither of these competitors will win. That will get added to the draw column. Barbed wire on the outside. The only ways out of this ring are death or by a pin. Who will die? Who will win? We will see as this match continues on. Jimmy getting in some good offense. Bird throwing some crosses. And our special ring made specifically for our champion, Triforce Sniper. Cheems has volunteered to referee this match. Our referee for most of the night will be Vegeta, but I felt like we wanted to give him a bit of a break with all the matches he's going to be overseeing. But folks, it is good to be back. It is good to be seeing some Plebs wrestling again with those overhand punches. Space Marine trying to send him into the barbed wire, doesn't quite make it, and it is Space Marine who is sent into the exploding barbed wire first. What a move from Jimmy. And a great headbutt. We haven't seen that headbutt in months. But it is back, and it is here to play. Exchanging blows, neither man willing to give up, and Space Marine collapses to the floor after winning the exchange. More punches, landing on his accursed rival. It's always a war when these two meet up. Right now the count is 7-3-1. Who will keep the advantage? And that is a nice Balrog punch combo from Space Marine. I promised there would be body slams, and Jimmy is making this league live up to that. Yeah, that's right, folks. We all know you come to this league not for the eloquent commentary, though I try my best. You come here for the greatest competitors in the universe. Both are still trying, and Jimmy tried sending him into the barbed wire another time, didn't quite work. Now it's Space Marine with the body slam. Is he going to try to throw him into it again? Nope, he goes for a neck break. trying to just whittle him down there. Humco already messaging the not like this emote into our very new voice of the people box in the upper right. Didn't used to have that until I learned at least a modicum of what I was doing with the PFL. But now, the chat is visible even on the VOD. Breaking major strides here from nothing to slightly more than nothing. But as your humble commissioner, folks, you know, I heard some things said, you know, the past few streams. He goes for the pin. I doubt that'll work. Nope, he gets the count of 1. I know that I've made more of an effort towards money as Space Marine lands a devastating headshot. There is too much action for me to get a word in edgewise, folks. But as the league's commissioner, I have pivoted more away from martial arts and more towards the sacred art of getting paid. And what that means is I will not be participating in tonight's matches. I just want to see a new champion crowned. So, we do have a wonderful lineup of 1v1 matches, but I will not be personally participating. Now, Evil Giant, he wanted a match. Yes, Humco, the traditional death match. This is Space Marine versus Jimmy 12. And this match is so iconic to this league that there's now a scoreboard as part of the Hall of Kings on the right there. Which I'm sure is absolutely unreadable on a phone screen, but you know, this is made on a computer, so that's my frame of reference. But thank you to everybody for turning up tonight. Oh, and he lands the BFG Buster! Right into a ducking punch combo. Space Marine is pulling up all the stops. Pokelocker, this is my league. I don't have to do anything. But you know, it won't be Latino Heat because there's no tag matches tonight as Space Marine is sent again into the barbed wire. But Triforce is the reigning champ. If he wins again, he could keep that crown as Space Marine force chokes Jimmy. But if Triforce either keeps the crown or if you take it from him, you do have a match against Holy Cheems later tonight. And he lands the shotgun taunt. What move will he do from it? He's not able to execute. They are in a striking contest. They only have 3 minutes left. That ring is going to explode if they don't manage to finish this. And that will be added to the draw column. Will they keep it at 1 draw or 2? Or will one of them manage to secure victory? Space Marine using valuable time taunting. Trying to choke him out. 2 minutes left. Will they manage to finish this, or will the entire ring go up in flames? Now, if the ring explodes, neither of these gentlemen get a spot in the Rumble. They gotta hurry it up here. Oh, and a shot right to the groin. Will he manage to get it in time? More devastating punches landed. They have only about half a minute left. "15 seconds left. This isn't looking good, folks. I think they're going to explode. And match is done! We will try to get Cheems some medical attention, but wait a minute! Space Marine survived when Jimmy did not! And despite a self-destruct in the ring, what tenacity! What an explosive finish! Gentlemen, that was multiple crates of C4 stacked underneath the ring. We had those, indeed, they were rigged to blow. Yeah, that's definitely what you meant by that. But those are enough to explode an elephant. And yet, there he stands. What a fighting heart. I'm sure it's his hatred that absolutely took this to the extreme, because this is a league of extremes, and we'll see if your allegations, we'll see how those hang up. I'm too busy making money, all of you accusers out there saying rigged. We'll see how your matches go. Speaking of which, Humco, Pokelocker, technically bombs were planted on everyone's jockstrap. That's part of the, it's part of the event. But what an explosive finish to the first match, but that means we have our first real match coming up. It's traditional rules. count of 3, our tried and true ref Vegeta will be looking over this match. Our first match, by request of Ivy Snore. I asked him on the stream who he wanted to fight, and the first match will be Humco versus Ivy Snore. So this is going to be a high-flying match of acrobatics. And Triforce, I understand the argument, but Bird survived and Jimmy didn't. And there he is, making his first appearance in months along with all the other wrestlers of the PWF. It is Humco, the Marvel rival himself. Well, Triforce, it's my stream, so you can get over it. It'll be extra funny if he actually wins the crown. And making his way to the ring to his beloved theme of Lance, Ivy Snore in his traditional purple, his Wyverns jersey, making his way to the ring, the Draco Meteor himself, looking to fall from the heavens right onto his opponent. And Vegeta gives them the count. Pokelocker has already deemed him the Draco loser. And what high-flying acrobatics! Also, I forgot to change the music. Yes, canonically, Lance loses to a 10-year-old. But yeah, we'll see if Ivy Snore makes a stop by the chat. But yes, we do not have Trash Man on the roster yet. Also, Pokelocker, that's technically a 8-bit cover of a Rush song because in the last match, and I may have forgotten to switch it. It has been a while. But yeah, we'll make sure to change that for the next match. And they lock up. Nice arm drag. And an arm bar. Humco trying to make him tap. Doesn't quite make it. Oh, and he pushes right as he comes across on the ropes. We will see if the hatred of Rush makes these two individuals wrestle any harder. Triforce quoting the messed up Metal Gear codec that we made. Walking around the ring trying to get an advantage, and he's already landing the Super Kamehameha! And we'll see if they get utilized. Some of our competitors have been training hard and have learned new moves. In the meantime, we will see if they have the chance to use any of that. And that's a good elbow drop, although how it compares to a beam, and a shove! Leg lock, trying to make Humco tap. I don't think that'll quite work. Ooh, and a nice snap there. And a nice little fireball there. Utilizing his energy attacks to try to secure the edge. Oh, and a nice running double boot. Ivy sends him to the ground. Will he execute the high-flying maneuver? He lands an elbow drop right onto his spine. Ooh, and he makes it to 2.9! Almost gets the pin, and is immediately countered with a savage combo. Also, Pokelocker, I'm sorry that the weather's been so terrible this summer. Was it as hot today over in, where you're at? Because today it wasn't quite as hot here. And he uses the drive shoot! His new technique! He kicks him right out of the ring! Oh, but then he has a great sword of his own! Techniques aplenty here! An all-out punch. These two are hitting each other with everything they've got. And into the corner, Ivy starts hitting the boots, makes his way to the top rope, and another elbow drop on the spine. He's trying to break Humco's back. Oh man, Pokelocker, is there like a tournament? Another double boot. Misses a giant right hook. Ivy picks him up. Hits him with a great sword again. And he's trying to hit him with another Super Kamehameha. And he got him! Critical hits! Oh, but Vegeta doesn't know! He's been knocked out! But he's out of the ring! He's gonna do the full 20 count! And Honko dancing in victory! In the ring, we've never seen it! A devastating Super Kamehameha beams him into the Shadow Realm, and he laughs in the face of his friend's misfortune and has secured his spot in the Rumble. What a finish! That was an amazing maneuver. I have never seen the like. We've seen some good beams in this league, but that was a thing of beauty. And with that, that means we are heading on to the next match. Holy crap, what a finish! And that, gentlemen, is why I have missed this league so much. The explosive finishes, the absolute heart of these competitors. And yeah, we will definitely be trying to switch the music. If the music is still rushed this time, the game glitched out. Just to be completely transparent. And making his way to the ring, to his iconic music, the most dominant Rumble King that this league has still ever seen, but not for a while now. It is Holy Cheems. At one time, a terror for the entire league. The master of sumo, the absolute uncontested ruler of the butt stomp maneuver. It is Holy Cheems. And now, with his new entrance music selected at his request, the Goku Mexicano rap. It is the Poke Locker making his way to the ring, the king of the strippers. El Rey de los Strippers, and he makes his Latino heat dance as he makes his way to the ring. Poke Locker, I don't fully remember, but you requested explicitly that I make it your entrance music. So if anything, it's funnier that you don't remember it. And yes, we have Dragon Ball music as it was always meant to be. And that was a savage knee landed to Cheems. Well, Poke Locker, you'll have to message it again. That means you fucked up, because you sent me the link. And Cheems with the running maneuver that he immediately gives up on, because he'd rather shove him. Little premature on the pin attempt there, I think. And Poke Locker is booted away. Unstoppable force versus the unmovable object here. Some savage knees to the face, trying to shut off his brain. Oh, and he tries to lift him over the head, but it is reversed by Poke Locker. More savage kicks on the ground. Poke Locker. What the? And a big knee to the face. Oh, and he picks him up over his head. What strength! Ooh, and you don't want to eat too many of those. That butt stomp has felled many a competitor, and he throws him like a rag doll. Tries to attempt a lariat. It is avoided. He lands an elbow. More knees to the face. Punches him to the ground, picks him up, kicks him in the back. Lands the 100 slaps, lands them again! Both competitors getting in pretty equal offense so far. It's anyone's match. Oh, and a devastating Argentinian backbreaker! Also, sorry Poke Locker, I wouldn't call it that, but that's what it's called in KOF. So I didn't make it up. Throws him into the post. Oh! Runs into the post and shoves him right into it. Oh, and a big finisher! Vegeta goes for the pin. 2.9! Genocide Cutter landed! What's funny is, I agree with both of you, although Messi trying to get that one guy sent off for the mouth covering thing was pretty shitty in that last game. Elbow to the ground, trying to get any advantage, trying to choke him out. Will it work? Will Cheems tap? Now Cheems is dragging him to the ring. And his sumo. And they match up man-to-man, and Pokelocker lands El Poder Blanco. Oh, and a toss over the shoulder, and he kills him with a Genocide Cutter! Another knockout! This is a night of grand techniques, and I will cut the music off a little bit so that you don't have to listen to it too much. But holy crap, what a knockout with the Genocide Cutter living up to its name! And wow, the two people that told me this was rigged when Space Marine survived have now won their matches. Huh! Makes you wonder, makes you wonder. Well, our next match is a special request because I asked if Ivy Snore would be able to make an Ivy bot anytime soon. And he told me yes. Which immediately gave me thoughts that there should be a contest of sorts where he has made an absolutely strange and wonderful machine. The Ivy bot from his streams has been converted into a real boy. That's right. It is Pokelocker's favorite. We're going to have an AI match between two robots to see who is superior. So, which of these bots will make it to the final match? And as you can hear from the audio demanding payment, this is the Ginger Bot. Enemy of many in the league. His only ally is me, your humble commissioner. I built him about 1 year ago. But, what? The simple arm? He has a new competitor! Ivy has made his own bot, the Ivy bot, built to question, built to make the question of the day, and remind you to please subscribe if you like the stream. Pokelocker, which one? I'm guessing both of them. Whoever wins, everyone else loses. Oh my god, grounded pound! Elbow sends him careening to the ground. Nice flash punch combo. Both lonely. Yeah, Cortana versus Alexa. I mean, God, at least Alexa's semi-functional. Still working out a few of the bugs on that one. Tries to go into a running maneuver, and none of that worked. Both with green accents, but Ivybot, of course, purple, at his creator's request. We wanted to call this match Clankerfest, but the AI Civil Liberties Union threatened to sue us. Ooh, nice running. I don't know what you call that move, but it sure is cool. Elbow to the ground. And a striking contest, showing their difference in technique. Both were trained with different algorithms. They lock up, shoulder toss. Backflip somersault right onto him. Ooh, some savage exchanges of strikes. No Pokelocker, but is it fun, exciting, and easy to use, or whatever that advertisement is? I've only ever heard the first 5 seconds of it. Ooh, and an aerial invisible fireball and another. Ooh, and slammed right out of the ring. Vegeta starts the count. The question is, will this match also end in a knockout? Yeah, Pokelocker, what'd you think? Although, I may be one. I'm not the one posting memes about it in the chat. I don't think you would know it exists if you did not also partake. Oh, and a showy flip from off the top rope. He makes it to 2.9 on that pin attempt. And they lock up. Good lord, what a brutal maneuver. Savage. Savage uppercut. And there's one from Ivybot. And Ivybot careens right into the post. And they're just throwing each other around in that ring now. I think it only keeps the doctor away if you don't go to the hospital. And a boot sends him to the ground. Gingerbot executing the shoulder maneuver of Ivy Snore, ironically against Ivybot, and he eats shit. They both eat shit! Flying body splash, will this secure the pin? No, it does not. 2.9. And a huge Mortal Kombat uppercut from Ivybot. He's dazed! A flying Kung Fu kick! But it doesn't phase him. Both robots still looking in good form. Slap to the ground. Another flying body splash. Will it stay down this time? And he will! My beloved Gingerbot has secured victory. Bring on your cries of rigging. Because I did rig him to succeed! Fun fact, none of his stats changed from the times he got his asses kicked the last couple of streams. But yes, the messages of not like this. We are now halfway through our card. We have 3 regular matches left before we get to the Rumble to see who can be the Rumble King on this most auspicious of occasions. Our next match is one that I'm sure one member of the chat will be watching with great interest. It is a beloved wrestler of our friend in the chat, Pokelocker, versus one of our friend Holy Cheems. These two, they differ on matters that I cannot discuss on stream without getting, well, I won't say demonetized, but kicked off the platform. It is a battle of 2 shades of evil. And there he is. There is El Supremo with his Portuguese Vegeta laugh. Beloved evil counterpart of our own Pokelocker. But who will he be facing? Why, it is the other shade of evil. The Heartless of Holy Cheems. It is Zedhudsta. And he surfs to the ring with his folding chair with the powers of darkness. Flips off the crowd, and now we have a face-off for the ages. Pokelocker trying to give me a yellow card or something. And an elbow to the ground. And this match, this is going to be a match of hatred. I don't think these two have faced off before outside of maybe a rumble or two. But Supremo definitely doesn't like him, I can tell you that. And a Genocide Cutter, gotta watch out for those tonight. We've already seen a knockout with one of those. And the same savage kicks. You can tell that he's the reflection of Pokelocker's evil heart. Because they share a few of the same moveset. Well, Pokewalker, if he's the opposite of you, he might actually be. Lifts him over his head. What strength? Mounted punches as Vegeta gives the countdown. Both of them kind of sizing each other up, and a body slam sends him careening to the canvas, trying to make them hurl with the giant swing. Ooh, and that maneuver, both trying to send each other into the post. That took quite a bit of maneuvering to see who was going to come out on top there. More knees to the face. Ooh, and a swing and lariat. Sends him to the post. Can he complete a maneuver? No, he is hit by a KOF uppercut. And folks, this Rumble is going to be absolutely insane and massive. I believe it's going to be the full 8 people, counting our reigning champion, Triforce Sniper. Ooh, and another of those savage lariats, but one weakness of the Cheems is that they do get fatigued. You know, using all that, that built different muscle. Sends him running into the rope, trying to tire him out. Hits him with another KOF uppercut, picks him up. Ooh, and he's hitting some savage lariats of his own, and is immediately pushed off, trying to do mounted punches. And now it is him who is eating the punches. Sent careening into the post, but no, it's reversed again. 100 slaps. Will he land that again? Oh, and a Reppuken! Sends him to the ground, to the top rope. Double stomp! El Supremo tossed out of the ring. Luckily, they don't have to worry about out of the ring counting as an out until the Rumble. That's when things are really going to get nuts. Punch to the gut from El Supremo. He mounts the top rope. Another devastating double stomp. I don't think Zedhutsta can take many more of those. The disrespectful foot pin. He gets to 2. 100 slap. Shove out of the ring. Now taunting with his chair and trying to surf on out of here. Unfortunately, he crashed into the wall. He moved so fast. He moved faster than his image could keep up. That's just how strong these wrestlers are. Flips a coin to decide his next maneuver. And he has decided to bust out the Keyblade. Who knows what darkness in his heart chose which side of the coin meant sword. Another genocide cutter. Will this match end the same way as their counterparts earlier in the night? Devastating slap. Another genocide cutter. Runs to the ropes. Knee to the face. Picks him up, both squaring each other up. Zedhutsta trying a run, and he goes into a running lariat. Oh, and the butt pin! Will he get it? Almost 2.9. Both of these men at the end of their rope trying to see who can land the first pin. It only takes a little more. Another sweeping kick. El Supremo trying to put this one away. But no, he eats another butt stomp. And again, if he goes for the pin, I think this might all be over. Another shove. Will he go for the pin? No, he will not. Another Reppuken sends him to the ground. Picks him up. Trying to motivate the crowd. Into the post. And similar to the other match, just sends him careening into it with the foot pin. Will it work? No! 2.9! What a match. Neither man willing to give up. Sweeping kick from the top rope. Ooh, sitting there meditating, trying to think what to do next. Goes for the butt pin. I would have thought he would have done that earlier. He only gets to the count of 2. It does not work. If anything, he did worse than the last attempt. I think El Supremo's building some momentum, but he's signaling to the crowd. He goes for the super butt pin! But no! Only gets to the count of 2! El Supremo seems to have a fire that will not be extinguished. He's fighting for dear life. Almost as if to say, what else you got? Eats another butt stomp into a butt pin. Gets to 2, and that'll do it! And it will not be a victory by 2 Pokewalkers tonight. The Prime one will win, but his reflection will not. And Zedhutsta, with that maneuver, will make it to the Rumble. Well, folks, it's only 2 regular matches left for the night, but what a match that was! Both of them got oodles of offense in there. Both able to acquit themselves quite well. And now, it is time for the second to last regular match of the night. And something we have not seen since last broadcast. We saw a surprise seeming return of Richard. Not Bio Richard, but the regular Richard that was killed in the first stream we ever did, I believe, in the ring by Ivysaur when he was kneed in the face. He made a surprise return doing almost nothing last stream in January. Will he return is a question, but for now, it appears no, as our next matchup will be a former champion, a terror of Los Supremos, one of the most dominant tag teams this league ever saw until Bastard Sword took the spot. It is Juan, the Yellow Badass himself. And he's going to be looking to make a name for himself in this match. And he will be fighting the abomination that has plagued this league. There are multiple clone copies of him. It is Bio Richard. For the entirety of the time that Richard has been dead, the Bio Richards have run rampant, and Juan is going to be looking to put another dent in those efforts tonight. Also, I will try to remember to switch the music on the next match. It will still be Dragon Ball, but I may have used this one too many times. And Pokelocker, I'll remember that rigged message if you manage to get the Rumble crown later in the night. Lands a devastating straight punch. Juan sends him into the ropes. A nice bitch slap for his troubles. So far, Juan looking decent, though he's missing a few strikes. That was a good combo, sends him into the rope. Gives up on the maneuver because he hasn't quite tired him out enough yet. And now Bio Richard gaining some momentum. Ooh, and a savage uppercut sends him careening to the canvas. Into the rope, not quite tired out enough yet. Chop to the throat, nice combo. Another punch sends him to the ground. Juan with a knee, that's not going to work. He gets all to the count of 1. And a Mario jump over his head. That's the technique you like to see. Juan seeing what he can do, and they are engaged in a striking contest. And it is Bio Richard who will come out on top, but he collapses to the ground in the effort. Nice little twisting leg there. But he is gut punched in reprisal. Boot to the gut. Oh, and a heavy slam. But Bio Richard, with his usual tricks, hits him in the crotch to send him careening to the canvas. Oh, and a devastating cross to the face. And he gets all to the count of 1. Both of these guys a little over-eager in this match. They have not weakened each other nearly enough to go for pins yet both have attempted it. Into the rope, and can't quite get the maneuver to go. Sends him into the corner. Will he run in? Yes, he will, with a devastating combo! Sends him to the ground, goes to the top rope. Flying double stomp. Yeah, the problem is, both of the Triforces burn out rather easily. Their moves are devastating, but stamina has consistently been a problem, which is why it was so heartwarming when Triforce was able to finally secure the championship in January on the last broadcast of this Plebs Wrestling League. Both of them looking a bit more tired. A pin might actually go well. Some devastating neck chops. And he goes for a leg lock. Will that make him tap? No, he's able to make it to the ropes. Ooh, and a Atomic Buster, or rather a spinning pile driver. Atomic Buster will be the super version. Oh, and he throws a fork at him! Acts like he didn't do it! Goes for the pin after that disgusting maneuver, and makes it to 2.9. Oh, and Juan is looking so tired in there. He has won matches where he looked like that, but he's got to catch his breath. And another slam into the ground. While Juan is putting in some great offense, it's just a matter of stamina. And another fork in the face! Goes for the pin again, no rope break. And he kicks out sooner this time. Maybe he threw it into Juan's eye patch eye. It didn't do quite as much damage that time. So knees to the face, he's looking a little less tired. And more fork shenanigans! As always, trying to act like he didn't do it. And he's talking to the crowd! Elbow drop right onto him. Another spinning pile driver. More fork stabbing! And there's blood in that ring. There has been for a bit, but that's not going to help. And some poison mist while Juan's got some maneuvers of his own. Sends him right into a lariat, and he's just trying to catch his breath, see if he can put together some definitive offense to end this thing. Straight punch. Sends him into the mat. Will he go for the pin, or is he just too tired? Runs into the rope. Goes for the lariat. Threatens him with a gun, trying to make him tap. Throws it at his head. Richard has pulled out an armory so far in this match. Oh, and a kick to the nuts. Every dirty trick in the book, he is using them. Sends him to the ground. And he sends him into a double suplex. Will that be enough to do it? No, he only gets to the count of 2. I think Juan's in trouble. Another fork to the eye. Richard has saved energy by using cowardly tricks, and it is piling up over the course of this match. And now he's biting his face! One of the horrors of this laboratory rat. One powerbomb, 2 powerbombs, 3 powerbombs! And another fork to the face. Kicks him off. Again, Juan's offense has looked good. Another striking contest. Bio Richard won the last one of these. Wait a minute. Oh, and he's extending some friendship. No, a super kick, but he does not fall for it fully. He lands the devastating lariat afterwards. Another fork. Keeps almost falling out of the ring, and that might be it. No, he only makes it to the count of 2. There's a surprising amount of heart in this match. Another big slam, and he goes for the pin. Will he get it? No, only gets to the count of 2. Neither of these gentlemen able to seal the deal. We've now reached the 17-minute mark. Tries to land a poison breath maneuver, not quite able to do it. They might be able to secure victory if they can keep each other out of the ring, and that will not happen. Has to reach the count of 20 for that. And a neck chop. Another punch sends him careening to the mat. Big elbow. And again, the 3 running power bombs. Big kick. Neck chops. It's still back and forth. Neither of these gentlemen able to secure a big advantage. You figure enough forks to the face, one of them will die eventually. Ah, his hands are in his pockets. And he dodges deftly, lands the drop kick. Goes for the pin. Will that finally do it? No, it will not. He only gets to the count of 2. And at this point, this isn't a fight. This is just attempted murder by one side, while the other one desperately holds on. And now Vegeta's down! And now he's just ramming his face to the post, trying to kill the bastard. And damn it, another 2 count. Will one of these guys die? And that'll be it! Bio Richard has secured a spot in the Rumble. Well, I guess as Triforce said earlier, he will do it himself once they're all in that Rumble King ring. Well, good lord, we have one regular match tonight. And it is sure to be one of the most explosive in terms of special moves. Because we have 2 evil individuals, both of whom have a command of energy attacks, and one of which is one of the reigning tag champs along with Jimmy. Alright, so we will see how this match goes. We are going to switch the music up a little bit just to keep things sane. And with that, I hope you're all ready for our last regular match of the night. Our final Rumble King spot will be determined by this. Triforce saying we need to have security ready to guide Bioman to the stadium because he's not safe. What a declaration. And there he is, the Ginger Demon, Evil Giant. The evil version of your intrepid host. Who's definitely not just Akuma.
It's a bit normal.
And making his way to the ring, the other half of Bastard Sword. He will not see his partner Jimmy in the ring tonight after the huge explosion that he was not able to sustain the damage. Flipping off the crowd, it is Humco Black, the bit bloody normal man himself. Look at him wallow in it. And this match will have special moves, the likes of which you see from very few. You already see a small fireball from Evil Giant. They lock up, arm drag, going for the pin within the first half minute. What audaciousness from Humco Black. Slams him into the mat. Evil Giant trying to strangle him a little bit. Will not work this early on. And a Street Fighter parry into a kick from Humco Black. And Ivy has finally entered the chat. Ivy, you got knocked the fuck out with a Super Kamehameha when you fought Humco. And Ivy Bot didn't win either. They needed your power, like the Spirit Bomb. But I'm glad to see your enthusiasm, though. If it's any consolation, Cheems also got knocked out, and that is a devastating Iori super. Cheems also got knocked out by a Genocide Cutter. Oh, and devastating energy blast let loose by Humco Black. What a barrage. Evil Giant sent into the ropes. He sends him over the shoulder, going for a strangling maneuver again. And a striking contest from these 2 evil manipulators of evil energies. Humco Black going for the strangling maneuver. And a devastating demonic fireball. Firing those Japanese characters because Evil Giant's a weeb. Gets to the count of 2. Elbows him to the ground. Aerial fireball, even though it's invisible. Ooh, and boots in the corner. Humco Black going for a devastating drop kick. Picks him up. Ooh, and some nice aerial acrobatics. Humco sends Evil Giant into the post. Positions him up. And some devastating kicks to the groin. He's answered with a knuckle arrow. And another. And a Shoryuken! And a devastating evil punch. Sends him careening. He will go for the pin after that. This commentator thinks that's a bit early. And yes, it only makes it to the count of 2. Thrown out of the ring. Will he go out of the ring? Oh my god, what a maneuver! But yes, Triforce, that would be El Supremo versus Humco Black, would be that. It is Spanish, but it has to watch out. Because some people like you think they have the pass. And he is taunting! Humco Black is using the usual style that has made him a perennial favorite, as he is punched out of the ring again! But that flying maneuver out of the ring, that was electric! About half a minute ago. Another massive punch. And Evil Giant's just trying to win this through brute force. Technically, Triforce, I could stop you. But Kodak ends. Again with his lazy taunts. Ooh, and he is powerbombed into the mat. Elbow drop from Evil Giant. Another evil mystical fireball. Elbow drop. And a punch. Humco Black sends him into the ropes. Tosses him over, goes to the top rope. Will he go into a body splash? Yes, he will. Will he get the pin? Oh, and he gets to 2.9. He is close to victory. Oh, and the triple Mesot's sure you can. Evil Giant picks him up. And a backflip off the post. These acrobatics are electric. And some headbutts. Whoa, whoa. Oh, and the 3 Argentinian backbreakers. Humco Black, always in Super Saiyan Rosé form. He's never messing around. And he telekinetically slams him. With the power of his wrinkled brain. No problem, Space Marine. Glad to see you here. Ooh, big power bomb. Kick on the ground. Goes for the strangling maneuver. Trying to break his back and make him humble. And now for an exchange of strikes. Oh, neither one willing to back down. Huge exchange of blows. And the Hadouken fails. He is met with a kick. And yes, Triforce, thank you for informing him. I will try to put this into text. Goes for the pin. And he gets it! Humco Black will make it! 2 versions of him! Space Marine, that's because you rooted for the evil me, but you also shitty about it. And with that, and yeah, everyone else say rigged now. Hey Humco, how rigged is it that both of the versions of you won? But folks, you know what this means. It is time for all of the combatants to gather together, because I believe we now have our lineup for the Rumble! And this will be the same rules we have always had. If you get thrown over the ropes, that means that you lose. Making sure we have the right ring and music set up. Alright, just need to go through the roster and make sure that everyone who won these singles matches tonight gets a spot. But this is going to be a very special Rumble. And thank you to everybody who has popped up tonight. It has been a pure joy to see this league again. This is always batshit enough that it's quite something. But we have a lineup of evil souls, robots, good friends. Everyone and their grandmother is here, and we will see who is able to secure victory tonight. Alright, folks, I hope you're all ready. There will be no entrances, because for some reason the Rumble mode doesn't do that, so I'd have to do it and back out. But it is time. Will Triforce Sniper be able to hold on to the Rumble King crown, or will we have a new champion? It is time to get this on. And we have a live feed of the ring. Pokewalker has switched into his Chivas kit just to spite Humco. And it is going to be pure insanity start to finish. And they are going for everything. It is time to see who is able to secure the Rumble crown. Like usual, it is madness. It almost defies description. And they're all just moving around in that ring. That is Gingerbot, Space Marine. Even though you have sound off. And they are moving around the ring, just seeing who is able to secure victory. And a force choke, telekinetic slam, it's chaos! And yes, folks, the Rumble King who is crowned from this can truly call themselves king. What a matchup! What a cavalcade of madness! Oh! And Pokelocker is the first to go! And folks, your intrepid commentator will try to keep up with this, but this is madness! Oh! And another one bites the dust! Humco Black may win this day, but not Humco. I guess soccer kits are just cursed in this matchup. And they're still going. It seems a League of Evil is developing in that ring. Also, yeah, Space Marine out too. Sorry, folks, this madness, it is just something to keep up with. But all three evil members and Gingerbot are in with the Rumble King. Pokelocker saying he's unsubbing. That is your right as a goddamn American. Zed Hoodsta laying shots on Gingerbot. Triforce looking to be in good form so far. Let's hope he can keep that up. The ring a bit more sane now that the few have exited. Goes for the pin to no avail. Oh, and a dashing punch combo. And that is it. Bio Richard is out. Triforce slamming Gingerbot to the ground. Zed Hoodsta picks him up for his own purposes. Humco Black lands a KOF move. And will that do it? Yes, Humco Black is out! Gingerbot, tag team double slam! And the Keyblade landed on Gingerbot. Triforce sends his enemy into the ropes. And Gingerbot with his rocket thrusters. And Zed Hoodsta's out! Yes, you all doubted me, but I fed him more data. And now, my bot is the only one who could compete with the reigning king! Triforce signaling to the crowd, trying to make it a double repeat. He goes for the pin. Tries to make it to 3. 2.9! Kicks him to the ground. The crowd rallying around Triforce as they try to avoid a reign of a corporate robot. The only one rooting for him is me, because I built him in a cave. Goes for the pin. Makes it to 2. Makes it to 2.9! And that could have been a shove out of the ring. Luckily, it was far enough. He goes for the body splash. Immediately kicks out. Striking contest. Flips him off. Double drop kick. and he definitively wins that exchange. Can Triforce do it? And another flying slam! Almost goes out of the ring! Has to break because of the ropes. Lands a devastating slam. He goes for the pin again. Can he finally make it to 3? He does! Your winner and still champion! It is Triforce! He has done it! A Cinderella story for the ages! And he has defeated my corporate robot. The one I spent so much time feeding data was no match for an organic surge of talent. Your winner and 2-time in a row Rumble King is Triforce Sniper. Folks, I've never seen the like. It's amazing. Fantastic. What a final match, and what a night. You love to see it. We don't get a lot of repeat champs in this league. The ones that do that tend to become absolute plagues as they just win, as they win Rumble after Rumble. So we will see if that ends up being the case. But for now, what a night. We had no tag representation, and I have just received word that it is good for me to head down to the ring to crown our champion. So we'll be seeing footage from that ring in just a bit to cap off the night. But that was, in fact, our last match. I want to thank everybody who has come out tonight. Your support is always appreciated. And I just want to say that despite all of the continued accusations of rigging, I'm glad to know it is all in good fun. And hold on a bit, I'm receiving a radio broadcast from our ground team. And wait, what do you mean there's a situation? Folks, we're sorting out some stuff on the ground. At least if I can remember how to set some stuff up. Let's see. I'm receiving reports of footage from the ground. What is this? It is! Richard is alive! And there's 3 Bio Richards with them! I just wanted to come down to the ring to congratulate them, trying to fight them off. I've been ambushed! I've been had! Trying to fight them off, but the real Richard, he's returned with 3 of his biological monstrosities. Just trying to kick them away. No! Yes, Ivy Snore, he appears to have multiplied. And they're just stomping the shit out of me. No backup from Gingerbot. No backup from any of the people I once called friends. I sold out too much. And they're trying to kill me. I'm fighting them off as best I can. Oh, good. He's willing to 1v1 strike contest me. And yes, Pokelocker, I can hear the screams from the ring. They're also saying, "Here's your money." No, I've been betrayed by hubris. Gingerbot, what are they doing? He threw him right into me. And again. I never thought I'd have to invest in security. I always thought my robot would be there for me. But this cannot stand. This demands immediate action. I can't believe this is still going, to be honest with you. And Triforce saying we never got changed to the emergency room, but that's not true. He fought Pokelocker after the... Oh, wait, crap. He was knocked out in the ring. Oops. Well, we have the best of medical care, a fact that I'm very glad for, as I'm being murdered in the ring by multiple Richards. I've been hit in the dick, stomped, elbow dropped. They're forming a carousel. Somehow I'm still putting up a fight. Okay, to be real with all of you, this is what I mean, where it's like, hey, I couldn't rig it if I tried. My stats are not that good. I should not be lasting this long against 4 other wrestlers. Trying to kick them away, but no, the real Richard just went tumbling right into me. Another hit to the dick. No! They're just stomping and slapping. No, the double tower suplex. Geez, someone go for a pin. End this nightmare. They're just throwing me into each other, throwing copies at me. And finally they go for a pin. What the fuck do you mean I kicked out at 2? He eats shit. Well, it's good to know I can still put up a fight. The Bio Richards don't quite seem like they're communicating as well as they should. Pokelocker, if we do a steroid check, I think most of the league is gonna fail. I mean, what? And they are stomping me on the ground again. But this will not stand. After getting the shit beat out of me, I feel like I need to make a new team. I relied too much on robotics. I need to make a team of corporate cops. Yeah, corpo cops. I'm gonna need some new sheriffs in town, because what we have is not sufficient for our needs. So I'm willing to put up a call. Anyone who wants to sign up to fight this threat, I will deputize immediately. And again, the force just too great to fully defeat. Oh no, Richard's threatening me with a gun! Humco expressing his support, saying all Richards must disappear from the face of the planet. I thought the power of money could save me. I'm honestly just curious when this will end. No one's going for pins is the problem. This is not how I thought this would go. Also, the Richards keep fucking each other over by pulling me up when I'm gonna get elbow dropped. Alright. Well, thank you to you heroes in the chat saying Richards need to be wiped from the face of this earth. I might have a program in the future ready for those of you who are also willing to take this fight to the enemy. And 2 Richards flipping off the crowd in sequence. And Commissioner Giant is getting worn down. Honestly, I can't believe how long this has gone. And that's it! Finally, the commissioner submits! Look at this reign of terror! These Richards! Well, hey, listen, buddies. Pretty soon, I'm gonna make a new program. And we're going to address this legion that would ambush your humble commissioner. Well, folks, what a night. I appreciate you bearing with me through this broadcast. This will be posted on the YouTube VOD playlist in tonight. It will be added to the playlist. The link to that is on the main Twitch page. Thank you all for turning up, especially Pokelocker, Triforce, and Humco, who were here very early on. But thank you all for making it out. Have yourself an excellent night, and I hope to bring you more broadcasts of the PWF. We'll see when that happens, because I didn't feel like it most of the summer, but this was a lot of fun to do. So thank you all, have a good night, and keep it rigged as always. Bird, what do you think of the poor people?
Well, I really feel such compassion for them. I think that we should tax the really wealthy people in this country that didn't have to work for their money and give all that money to the poor.
What a scholar! And cut, we're done.
All right. Man, I got paid to say all I freaking hate poor people. Screw this.
Actually, we're still rolling.
What?
Commissioner, what do you think about the poor people?
Pay me! Ivy Snore, what do you think about the poor people?
Like them, hate them, they don't do shit.
Oh! Humco, what do you think of the poor people?
Fuck the poor people!